Alright, are we live? Let's give it a second to load. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, good afternoon guys, what's going on? Hope you're enjoying your weekend and your Saturday. So today I just wanted to have a super laid back kind of chill stream, and I was going to go over and talk about some of the things that I'm going to be working on, and also this beautiful piece of art right here, which my dad painted. Unfortunately, I can't take the credit for this. This thing's pretty sweet. So the story behind this painting is, for anyone that hasn't seen the video, there was a weekend where I went up north to my parents' cottage, and my dad has been kind of getting really into photography. Now, he was a photographer back in the day when he was younger, and he kind of lost interest in it, I would say, when the whole DSLR era came out. But it wasn't until I got into like the super small mirrorless cameras where it kind of reignited his passion for photography, because he saw that his son was getting into video and I was doing all these creative things, and he was like, oh man, he kind of wanted to get back into it. So I was like, why don't we go for a hike and take some landscape photography pictures, and then pick the best picture that we took and let's go home and paint it, right? So that's where this whole picture came from, and I documented the whole process. It was one of my more recent videos that I posted, and it was one of the more fun videos that I enjoyed. I had a lot of fun sharing that experience with my father, and just going out there and just trying to be creative, right? Oh yeah, and then also the picture I painted, it's back there somewhere. It's it's not very good, to say the least. So well, let me mute my phone. Oh yeah, of course, my own notification. Yeah, so anyways, I've been really interested in art. Hey David, what's up? It's too early? It's too early to stream? What's going on? I guess it could be too early. Too early to stream. Yeah, I was thinking about the time that I do these, and I know it's probably more popular to stream later in the evening, but then a couple of people that do show up, they're in Europe, so it's like 6, 7, 8 hour time difference. So if I do it at noon, then it's like 6, 7, or 8 p.m. for them. So, and there you go. Hey, Forrest, how you doing? Thanks for coming by, Forrest. I always appreciate it. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so the whole painting, creativity stuff. It's something that I never really enjoyed at all. Like, when you're in high school and you're kind of forced to do art and gym and all these classes like music and things that kind of spark creativity in young adults, I had zero interest in art. I think it's mostly because I had zero talent. I'm pretty bad at drawing. I'm even worse at painting. So I have like no artistic drawing ability. So I think that's why I never had an interest in art. But recently, more and more, I've been really enjoying just the process, even if it doesn't turn out good, like even if it just turns out and looks like shit, I still have a lot of fun. Oh, David, are you still in Europe? Oh no, you're probably back. You're back by now. What was your favorite place? Amsterdam? Of course, it's Amsterdam. It's all my vices in one place in real life. It's all decriminalized, right? In Amsterdam? Like drugs and everything, it's just part of the culture. Like I find that to be super cool. Did you get mushrooms? Oh man. I'd love to go to Amsterdam one day. Yeah, you did? Oh. How much did you take? Three times in 2 days? Dude. 3 times in 2 days? That's a lot. Well, unless you microdosed. 22 grams. 22 grams total, like divided by 3. So like 7.3 grams each time. That's insane. Because was fun? No. What? No way, you did 22 grams each time. Oh, but it's 10 times weaker because it's not psilocybin. Oh, okay, I see. Hey, Batiste, how you doing, man? What's going on? Thanks for coming by. How you been? Oh, I see, because it's truffle, so it's 10 times weaker. Ah, okay. So if it's 10 times weaker, then you did like 2 to 3 gram doses. So you did like a standard dose then, I think. Oh, really? Shrooms are not legal. But the truffles are? Oh, okay, I see. So the actual mushroom itself is not legal, so they sell truffles, but then they're weaker. So then you have to eat a lot more of them. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. Because the trip that we did with Steven, it was like 4.5 grams and it was rough. Oh, okay, I see. Did you end up in a train to Paris like Seth Rogen? Oh man. I haven't seen a Seth Rogen movie in a minute. His stuff is so funny. That's like Seth Rogen movies are like the perfect thing to probably go and watch if you're eating mushrooms. But then again, it could be also the worst thing to watch. Oh, that's so bad. I went to Amsterdam from Paris. Oh yeah, because once you get to Europe, right, everything is close. So you can kind of travel all over the place, right? Because I'd imagine those flights are super short and probably cheap. That's a real life story of his? Oh, really? Jeez. Oh, that's funny. It's like a 5-hour bus to Amsterdam from Paris. Actually, let me do some Google Maps. Okay, so if you're in Paris, where is that in France? Like in the middle? Oh, it's in the north. Okay, so Paris is in the north. Let's see. And then Amsterdam. Okay, so you have to go through Belgium. Like you drive. So if you get on the bus in Paris, you got to go north over the border to Belgium. Then I'm assuming through Brussels and then through the Netherlands border all the way up to Amsterdam. Wow, flights can go from 60 to 120 easy. That's so cheap. Because even in Canada, when you fly domestically, it's not cheap. It's expensive. Well, that's super cheap. Okay, that's pretty cool. Well, I didn't know that Belgium is right in between the Netherlands and France. And then to the east is Germany is right there. Okay, I see. Because I've been to Germany before. I've been to Munich, which is in the southeast. But I've never been to Netherlands, Belgium, or Paris. Anywhere, any of those countries on the west side of Europe. Wow, really? They don't even check your passport. That's crazy. Yeah, see, that's insane. A flight from Montreal to Toronto. So expensive. And even if like you want to go visit the West Coast, that's even more expensive. Like if you want to go to Vancouver. It's so cheap. So if you go to Europe, you might as well go around. You take like a 1 to 2 hour flight and you're in a whole different country. Wow, that's so cool. You know what? That's kind of like Asia. Like when we were in Asia, it was like really cheap to go from China to Thailand to South Korea, like because they're all so close, right? Vancouver is as long and expensive as my... Yeah, Vancouver's rough, man. But it's sad because like, you know, Vancouver is such a major city like in our country. Like I would love to go and visit Vancouver one day. But then when you just search for like prices of flights and stuff, it's so expensive. Unless you want to take that train that takes like 2 days or 3 days or whatever, and it goes all the way across Canada. But I'm not interested in that. Hey, Baptiste. Doing good. I spent 3 days on a trip in the French mountains. Wow, that's cool. It was so amazing. Now I only to travel that way, on foot with just my backpack. My next trips are going to be Ireland and... What's that? Toscan? Toscan? How do you say that? Where's that? Yeah, traveling in Canada is rough. Oh, well, this Tuscan, it came up all in French. I can't read any of this. Oh, Italy. Well, that's embarrassing. As part of my people. That's funny. Yeah, it's still expensive by train. It's kind of why it's... Yeah, traveling in Canada is rough. You can go to the west coast to see the mountains and, you know, and the water, and like in BC, or you can go to the east coast and get like the seafood and stuff. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we live in Canada and we never get to see our own country, right? It sucks. Okay, let's look this up. I've been to Italy, but that was a long time ago. Is that like Tuscany? Tuscany? Tuscan is a province in Italy? Wait, does France border Italy? Oh, I think it does. Oh, it does, right? Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, promotional videos. Yeah, Canada looks amazing. Like, even just the mountains and places like Whistler and some of those prairie lands and all that type of stuff. Especially West Coast. West Coast is super nice. I'd love to go to the East Coast just for like lobster and stuff. Did Coco eat? Coco's Tina's dog of 15 years, 16 years. Oh, okay, Tuscany. Yeah, I know Tuscany. Oh, that's cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I've only been to Italy, I think, twice. But it's the food and the people and everything in Italy is great. I love it. It's just super expensive though when I went. Or I guess now that everything uses a euro dollar, right? And the fact that the Canadian dollar is so cheap, probably like anywhere that you go as a Canadian, you'd probably be paying a premium. Because what's the conversion rate here? So let's see, Canadian dollar to euro. So what is... Wow, that's horrible. So 1 Canadian dollar gets you 67 cents. So for every $100, you only get 67 bucks. So you're losing $23 because of the exchange rate. I'm not losing, but because their money is so much stronger. Wow, that's crazy. And in my 10 days, my sister's going to South America to see the Amazon. Wow. Wait, so how is the French mountains? Like where is like where in France did you go to the mountains? Man, I love world geography. I find it so interesting. Excuse me. And France is pretty big. Well, actually, yeah, there's a lot of places here, it looks like, that have some pretty rough terrain. If I had to do a Europe trip, I wonder where I would go. Because let's see. I've been to Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Italy. So I've been to those 4 countries, right in the middle-ish. I think I've been close to the Czech Republic border. And I was super close to the Slovakia border by Vienna, I think. But that's pretty much it. Oh, that's so strange. Liechtenstein is like right sandwiched in between them all. Yeah, I guess I can see why people do like the UK, France, and Amsterdam and the Netherlands are kind of all close together, sort of. And then if you do like the Italy thing, you can kind of do the Italy, Austria, Switzerland, Germany. And then if you go east, well, you got a lot of options here. Romania, Hungary, Serbia, Bulgaria. Hey, Kosovo. Bosnia. Wow, that's so cool. Oh yeah, and then Greece too. Greece. Maybe one day. All right, David, take it easy, man. Get those gains in at the gym. Croatia is cool. Oh, my dentist, who I've been going to for like over 25 years probably, is from Croatia, and he's like super cool, one of the like coolest guys I've ever met. And I remember when the World Cup was going on and Croatia was doing good, I was cheering for him because it like meant so much for him that Croatia was doing good. But if you're on vacation, you should do some warm destinations too. France and those northern places are kind of cool. Oh, okay. Wow, really? 20 to 25 degrees in the summer. I was on the mountains between the towns Bidare, and Saint Jean. Okay, I can't pronounce that. Something de Port. That was amazing. I saw the most beautiful landscapes ever and met such interesting people. Wow, that's so cool. Bidare. France. All right, let's see where this place is. Oh, it's tiny. Oh, so this is in the very, very far south. Right at the border of Spain. Oh, wow, that's interesting. You need beaches, you can't do sun. 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. Oh man, rain every day. It's kind of rough. Wait, is Croatia the Game of Thrones place? Is that where they filmed? Was that King's Landing? And all of that? Man, I miss Game of Thrones. I love that excitement that I had between every episode. Oh, it was not every episode. Like, how many episodes were there? 10 in a season? And then whenever the season ended, there was always like so much speculation. And then everyone was always just talking about Game of Thrones. Dubrovnik. City in Croatia. Oh, wow. Oh, so that's King's Landing. Wow, that looks amazing. Like, with the drone pictures in Google Images. Holy, that's so cool. Wow, look at that. They have like a wall right along the coast and everything. That's so cool for Croatian people. Because Game of Thrones probably turned that city into like a huge tourist destination just because of the show, right? Man, Dubrovnik, King's Landing. That looks, oh, that looks so nice. I slept at 1100 meters of altitude and took a shower in a mountain water source. Wow. Oh, did you get altitude sickness? Where you get all that like lightheadedness and like nausea? Because when we drove up a mountain in Hawaii, I got kind of really bad altitude sickness and I had to sort of just sit in the car and it was kind of rough. But that's pretty cool. I took a shower in a mountain water source. Like a mountain stream or a waterfall. Yeah, Hawaii, David. that was horrible. I had to drive. I had to drive up the mountain because I was driving the car. And then we got there, I started to get like really like bad headaches and like dizziness, and I've had like weird nausea, not like normal nausea. It was weird. Yeah, and it was super cold. Cause I think it was like 3 a.m., right? And we were gonna see the sunset. Yeah, I closed the windows. Yeah, and it made it worse. Oh man. I just remember that the altitude sickness. It wasn't pleasant at all. Vertigo? Oh, is that what vertigo is like? I know people who have vertigo, and when they explain it to me, it's horrible. Like their whole equilibrium is off, and then they can't even like stand properly. Yeah, see, that was the thing too. We didn't have any like proper jackets, because like who brings that stuff to Hawaii, right? Like who's gonna bring like a warm jacket? Because it's like 30 degrees Celsius like every day there. We just had a bunch of blankets. Man, I want to go back to Hawaii so bad. It was so much fun there. And cup noodles. Those are good times. Good memories. Oh, really? That's 1/10 of Vertigo compared to the actual thing. Wow. Because I know when my uncle got vertigo, he couldn't even stand. Like he was so disoriented and dizzy that his whole equilibrium was shot, and then he couldn't even stand up straight. He was like falling down, and he had to like lie down on the ground until like it passed or whatever. Sometimes I had a weird sensation in my ears, and you just need to yawn to make it stop. Oh, like when you're on a plane, and your ears get plugged or whatever. You can't even sit. Wow, really? Wait, Forrest, do you have vertigo? Or know someone that has it? Because that's rough. And I remember my uncle told me that he would have to lie down on his back, and then he would have to tilt his head to the left and right, like back and forth, so that the crystallization in his head or whatever would kind of break loose or something. Oh wow, really? You have vertigo? Dang. So you can't even sit. Yeah, because last time you were talking about the sleeping problems you had too, insomnia, right, and vertigo. Dang. Is there something you can take for vertigo? Like what do you do? Like what do you do when you have like a vertigo attack? Every micro move is like the universe turned upside down or something. Oh, jeez. Wow, that's crazy. Because whenever people describe vertigo to me, it's always like hell, like it's horrible. So even like the slightest movement, everything is like all messed up. Dang. I wonder like what causes vertigo? I'm curious. What causes vertigo? Vertigo is commonly caused by a problem with the way balance works in the inner ear. Although it can also be caused by problems in certain parts of the brain. Causes of vertigo may include benign, wow, what word is that? Paroxysmal positional vertigo, where certain head movements trigger vertigo, migraines, and severe headaches. Oh, wow. So it's an inner ear thing. And certain head movements can trigger vertigo. Oh, wow. Huh. There will be a sudden sensation that everything is spinning, which will lead to dizziness, sickness. Wow. Oh, yeah, right. Batiste, you're a sleepwalker? Oh, shoot. Yo, that's crazy. Wait, okay, so hold on. What's going on here? How does that work? So, like, you get up in the middle of the night and then you just, like, start walking around your house? Dang. Like, what if you, like, fall down the stairs? Or something. Hashtag life. Dang, Forrest. That's wild. Hopefully you're getting, hopefully the sleep is getting better, though. I listened to a podcast the other day about sleep with Lex Friedman and that guy Matthew Walker. It's a great 3-hour podcast about how sleep affects the mind and the body and all this stuff. Super interesting. And I was thinking about reading his book. But dang, a sleepwalker. Okay, so let's see, what causes sleepwalking? I have like the most bizarre Google searches ever. It has all these strange questions. Causes of sleepwalking include hereditary. This condition may run in families. lack of sleep or extreme fatigue. Interrupted sleep or unproductive sleep from disorders like sleep apnea, brief pauses in the breathing pattern during sleep. Oh, so sleep apnea can cause sleepwalking too? Jeez. How fun. When I visited my relatives in Turkey, my cousin got lost every night, and somehow he was always rested when we brought him. Wow, really? Oh, jeez. That's crazy. Oh, that's awesome. You got relatives in Turkey? Man, Turkey's a super interesting country. Because it's like a bridge between Europe and like the Middle East, sort of. But dang, sleepwalking, that's crazy. I'd be afraid of like walking around the house and then hurting myself or something. Because you have no idea what's going on when you're sleepwalking, right? Or like, what if you go outside the front door and then you start walking around outside? Like, that's crazy. Sometimes I open my eyes and I'm just here. What the what the F am I doing in the kitchen? Yo, that's funny. You start sleepwalking, then all of a sudden you wake up and you're in the kitchen. Maybe you're hungry and you're just like getting yourself a sandwich or something. Yo, that's hilarious. Imagine that you just wake up in the middle of the night and you're just like in the kitchen eating food or something. Oh, that's funny. Yes, but they are Albanian by blood. Oh, really? Oh, that's super interesting. Because I had a couple people and my cousin, they went to Turkey. And the way that they kind of described Turkey was like sort of this melting pot for a lot of different cultures. Or maybe it's just because they went to, what's that main city? Istanbul. And there's like all walks of life and all different kinds of people, both from the Middle East and European as well too, right? That's interesting though. They're Albanian by blood. So cool. Because Albania is by Greece, and then Greece is by Turkey. Then you have Macedonia, Kosovo, Bulgaria. Wow, what an interesting part of the world. It's so crazy on Google Maps because like it shows you everything that's green and lush. And then you get into Turkey and everything starts to look like a desert and all dry and sand colored. Then everything directly south is just literally no green at all. Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Jordan, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, like it's all, there's like no green anywhere. That's wild. And something a little bit weird. I do things during the night that I was sure I was during a dream. But when I wake up, I realize that I really did it. Often it is moving furniture. Oh, what? Okay, so at night you're sleeping and then you thought you were having a dream of like moving a chair or a couch or something. But then you wake up and then you realize that you actually did physically move the furniture because you did it while you were sleepwalking. Dude, that's wild. Because imagine that. Imagine you have a dream and then you wake up, but then you realize it actually happened in real life, but you just didn't know because you were sleepwalking. That's crazy. Even in older times, sultans had kids with all kinds of people they kidnapped. Oh, Jesus. In harems? Oh, that's wild. Yeah, back in the day, the world was crazy. Like, I can't even imagine how people lived, like, way back without cars and electricity and all that type of stuff. Like in, what, the 1700s or 1800s? That's why I always remind myself that, you know, I should be fortunate and be thankful for the era that we live in today, because there's never been a greater time, right, than now. Everything is so much more safer, and we have like so much access to information and food and technology and even just like medical technology and health. Like there's so many things to be thankful for living nowadays. That song was annoying, but like I wouldn't know what I would do like if I was born in a different era. Like would I just be like a farmer or something? Or if it was way back, would I be like someone that's just forced to be in the military because countries were constantly at war? I don't know. It gives you perspective, right? But even now, though, like when you follow the news and you see what's going on in Afghanistan, how there's like all these people that are trying to flee and get out. Like, man, like I wish there was something more that, you know, all these other countries could do. But then again, you know, the US was there for like 20 years, so I don't know what the answer is to that problem. But I feel bad for those people. Because, like, what's the countries that are around Afghanistan? Iran, Pakistan, Turkmenistan. Like, I wonder how they can help. Yeah, the world is a wild place. That's why I always do my best to, you know, not take things for granted. I'm always thankful for every day that I have, every day that I'm here. It's just a good way to live, right? It gives you perspective. But at the same time, you know, I would still love to see more of the world. There's so many places I don't know, things I haven't seen, experiences that I haven't been in. I wonder what this is. I could probably look at Google Maps like all day. Even like South America is pretty dope. Oh, that's where Batiste, you said was it your sister is going to or something? What did you say? Something about someone is going to South America for to the Amazon. Oh yeah, and in 10 days, my sister is going to South America to see the Amazon. Yeah, see, like something like that. That's cool. Like, imagine that, going to go see the Amazon. Like, where would you go? Brazil? Like, where is the Amazon? I wonder if it says. Oh, here, right in the middle. State of the Amazonas. Amazonas? Is that the Amazon? Oh, does it have its own state? Oh, that's so bizarre. Historians found out that almost 800 million people today are part of the bloodline of Genghis Khan. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I listened to some of that hardcore history podcast by Dan Carlin when he talks about was it the Mongols and Genghis Khan, and how that guy killed literally 10% of the world's population. Like, one guy. Like, he killed so many people that he removed 1/10 of all the people on the earth. Like, that is just insane. But man, 800 million people is are the majority of those people like in Asia, like in China and stuff? Temujin? Oh yeah, that's his that was his name, right? Or something? His real name? Let's look him up. Genghis Khan. Born 1158 to 1227. Born Temujin. Yeah. Founder of the first great Khan and Mongol Empire. That's so crazy. So wild. Wow, so he lived to 1227. So almost 70 years. Wow, that's amazing for that time. Jeez. What a wild dude. Oh man, his Wikipedia is so long. There's just so much stuff. Jeez. Politics, economy, military, succession. Oh, in Turkey too. Did you have anything you wanted to talk about for art and creativity? Oh. I would love to just... Hopefully my dad kind of paints more of these things. So this painting was done by my dad, and I really like his artwork. And hopefully I'll have another office bigger than the one I'm currently at now. And I would love to just have a whole bunch of art, like, all over the walls, and just, you know, have all these super creative things around me. And I sort of wanted to talk about, too, like, the direction of kind of the content that I'm going to be posting on my YouTube channel. Because it's weird, I don't have a super specific or designated niche. Like, I know generally it's more like self-development and filmmaking type of stuff, but at the same time, I'm really interested in this idea of sort of challenging myself creatively and sort of creating videos and content that puts me in extreme discomfort. Like, I'm becoming obsessed with this idea of suffering and doing things that are extremely difficult, and doing things that give you anxiety, and doing things that make you nervous, and sort of just like overcoming these obstacles in life and kind of challenging myself to get better. So the creativity thing is that I don't want my YouTube channel to get stuck in one specific lane where I kind of only do 30-day challenges, or I kind of only talk about books, or only talk about productivity. I kind of want to broaden my horizon and make future content on a wide array of topics. Now, the problem with this is that this doesn't favor the whole YouTube algorithm stuff, right? Because generally, like, what does YouTube want? YouTube wants a channel or a content creator that has a very clear, specific direction, right, of what they want to do, whether that's daily vlogs or makeup tutorials or sports analysis or, living in a van, like whatever. They want your direction and niche to be very narrow and specific, so it's easier for them to recommend your content to other people. But at the same time, I don't want to put myself in a box to where I can't experiment creatively and try different forms of self-expression and content creation. And I've been thinking about this idea a lot recently, just in the mornings on my own, when I have my coffee and I just have like a couple minutes to think. And I'm always thinking about like, what is the next goal, or what is the next plan in life? Like, what do I want to do? What do I want to work on? Like, what's the direction of my work and channel? And I think I'm going to have more variation in the type of content I create. But at the same time, I do want to try and keep some things consistent, right? Because again, I don't want to go off the wall and just make a whole bunch of YouTube videos that sort of don't make any sense. So the plan is going to be, I'm going to stay on the general topic or general niche of self-development, but then try to create content in vastly different ways. So maybe some videos will just be a talking head, or some videos will be a voiceover, or some videos will be me talking outside. Like, I want to kind of just mix it up. And it's hard because generally you only get feedback on your videos that have a lot of views, right? So whenever I go to my comment section for my channel, I kind of get the same type of feedback for the videos that are doing well. But then I have other videos that I really enjoyed creatively, but because they don't have a clear defined role, topic, or a keyword, they sort of don't get as much traction. So I can't get that feedback to see if that content is good or not. So I'm sort of been struggling with this whole problem of figuring out creatively what I want to do, but trying to hash it out, trying to break it down in my mind and devise a plan of action moving forward. But what I am doing right now is I'm trying to increase my overall output, work ethic, and productivity by committing to having a single post day at the same time on the same day every single week, which was every Wednesday at 9 a.m. So I was able to get one video out last Wednesday. Now this next Wednesday coming up is, let's see, 4 days away. So I am working on a video right now for that day, and we'll see. We'll take it from there. But I kind of just, man, I wish I had more feedback from people, like to know what's good, what's working, what people want to see. Because I'm sort of just in the dark guessing, right? I don't know, it's tough. A lot of things to think about and deliberate on. It's interesting too because I've been focusing a lot on, you know, things that bring me happiness, right? Things that brings me joy. Because at the end of the day, right, you want to be happy and enjoy your life and do things that give you meaning and fulfillment, right? But at the same time, you also want to be successful with your work, right? You don't want to be spending all this time, effort, and energy and just not getting any results, you know, because no one likes that, right? It's tough. So I'm trying to find that balance between doing what I love and doing what will work. I don't know. I just just trying to work out my thoughts and sort of just figure out what to do. And this is another thing that I really enjoy doing, this whole live stream stuff, because this is one of the most difficult things that I do as a content creator, I think. You know, being put on the spot during a 2-hour live stream where, you know, you have no notes, no topics, no scripts or ideas, and you kind of have to just go off the top, right? And it gives me a lot of anxiety when I start, before I do these live streams, because I'm like, man, what if no one shows up? What if I don't know what I'm going to be talking about? But then I always remind myself that, you know, move towards the difficult things, move towards the things in this world that challenge you and are difficult to overcome. And so once these live streams get going, and you know, the anxiety kind of drops off, and I calm down and get relaxed, it's become really enjoyable doing these live streams. But I want to keep doing them because it keeps me on my toes, right? It prevents me from just getting comfortable and getting complacent and doing what's easy. Because look, during a 2-hour conversation, right, I'm going to say things that are incorrect. There's no way that I'm going to be correct with everything that I say. And there's no way that, you know, I'm going to be able to portray myself in a way that I'll always agree with. So I'm going to make mistakes, right? I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to make errors. I'm going to mess up. And I think it's very important to accept that, right? A quote by a French author, is that Camus? About travel, but I think it's also apply to creativity. You only travel when you are somewhere and you start to be scared that your habits need to change to adapt. You only travel when you are somewhere. See, yeah, that's that thing too, right? Because human beings are creatures of habit, right? When we need to change, when we're in an environment that's different, and we have to learn all over again, it's like, again, that anxiety comes and we get scared because we know it's a tough decision to make. But I feel like that's always the best decision to make in life, is to not get complacent and move towards those difficult things. I know that I must try to comment your videos, but sometimes I just don't think of it. But oh, thanks, Baptiste. Yeah, no worries. It's okay. It's just that, like, YouTube is annoying because a lot of creators will say, like, you know, make sure you comment below, you know, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell notification. Like, and I know you're supposed to say these things in your videos, right? Because it gets people engaged. But I always feel like disingenuous when I say that in my videos. I don't want to always be telling people, you know, to like the video and subscribe. Like, if you like it, then I hope you like it, right? And if you don't, then hopefully you'll leave a comment and let me know what you don't like, right? It's like, I hate this idea of believing that people are sheep and that you need to tell them and guide them, for what to do, because people are smart, right? They can make their own decisions. You don't have to always be like, oh, smash the like button, smash the bell, and all this stuff. I don't know, I just get exhausted thinking about that stuff. However, on the same time, I'm kind of complaining that I don't get enough feedback, but I'm not asking for the feedback. So again, that's on me, right? So it's just tough. It's tough because there's all this self-doubt, like, the work that I'm doing, is it providing value to people? Are people finding it useful? Right? Like, because you want that reassurance to know that the work you're doing has significance, right? But yeah, don't worry about it, Batiste. It's just me hashing out struggles that I have in my mind. Anytime you leave a comment or a like or whatever, I always appreciate it. And even just coming by to the stream, it means a lot to me, because it gives me another person that I can kind of learn from and bounce ideas off of. And let me change this song, it's a bit too loud. And hopefully, the channel will grow, the stream will grow, the podcast will grow. And, I'm trying to live in the moment and embrace these times that I have, with the few people that do show up for the stream, like you and Forrest, and it's just nice because we can kind of have like this more intimate live stream where there's not as many people, and I get to know the people. I remember the names, right? Where you guys are from and what you do, and it's nice for me. And I'm always thinking, like, if it does get to a point where more and more people show up, am I going to lose that? Am I going to lose that sense of community where I know who I'm talking to? It's it's very conflicting, like these thoughts that I have as a content creator, because I want to stay authentic and I want to stay true to myself and talk about like the things that I believe in. I don't want to just be doing like clickbait content or whatever. I hate all that type of stuff. It's the struggles of self-doubt. But I think it's a good way to at least kind of hash out these ideas and sort of figure out what I want to do moving forward. But yeah, I think that the 2 live streams a month is pretty cool. I enjoy them. It gives me enough time in between to gather new thoughts and ideas about things I want to talk about. And it's also really good is like, this is a great way for me to work on my communication, right? And talking to a camera. Sort of similar to the podcast that I have. So if anyone is watching right now that doesn't know, I have a small podcast called the Bearzi podcast. I think it has about 20 episodes right now. Let me see. How many episodes do I have? 22 episodes. Okay, that's not bad. So that's another small project that I'm working on. In Albanian, we have this word. Whoa. I cannot pronounce that at all. How would you pronounce DHJ? That means no link, but in a way it doesn't make any sense, or it's crap times 999,000. So I find it so pally that so many useless channels are so successful while the truly deserving ones Get no views. That's funny. See, it's hard because like this whole content creation stuff that I'm doing, it means a lot to me because this is work that I love to do, right? Like the dream would just be if I could just do this every day. You know, like it just brings me so much passion and joy and happiness to me, and it brings like a huge smile on my face. And it's just, you know, some people, it takes so long to figure out what you want to do in this world, and once you finally find that thing that you're passionate about, and it just makes me, you know, it makes me so happy, and I want to be successful at it, right? But at the same time, the part that makes me happy is just being me, is just being my authentic self. And all these ideas and videos that I post and create, these are real things that happen in my life, right? And it's not like, oh, I'm jumping on some TikTok trend because I know it'll get views. Because, you know, in real life, I don't use TikTok. Like I don't have the app installed on my phone. I don't follow all the trends or songs or dances. Like it's not something that interests me. But I know that it would get you traffic if you kind of jump on those trends, right? So it's just it's like this contradiction I have in my life, where it's like I want to be successful, right? But I don't want to sell out on myself. So it's just difficult. Some of your videos have a real impact on me, but the thing is that after the video, I will think of it by myself, but I forget to leave a comment. It's okay. It's okay, Baptiste. Like just knowing that, you know, some of the videos have helped you in some way, you know, that's what makes me happy, right? It's great to know that, you know, there are some people out there that can resonate with some of the thoughts, ideas, and struggles that I go through in everyday life. And I think that, and this was something that my dad told me, like a lot of these things people are not willing to talk about and have a conversation about, right? And, you know, I think a lot of us, we all go through the same struggles in life, right? So I think it's important. We have to go back and leave comments on them. It's okay, guys. It's just like I get feedback from you, Forrest and Batiste, so like it's great. It's awesome, right? I'm more concerned about like the masses, like the people in general. Oh, DH like the and J like yay. I have the same dream. I just wish my English... No, your English is great. Yeah, your English is good, Forrest. Like, look at me. I can't speak any languages. English is my one and only language. Like, that's rough. I have huge respect for people that are bilingual or even trilingual. Like, that's like huge respect for that. Okay, so hold on. Let me try to pronounce this word. DH is like the, and J is like yay. DH is like the. So the yay. The yay. Wow. So like this. The yay. The yay. I'm probably saying that's so wrong. The yay. Yay. Oh, this is funny. I love it. Oh, you know what is interesting? the channel though. That one video that I recently made about buying those colorblind glasses for my dad has been sort of taken off. And I got a bunch of comments on those videos. See, this is what I love about YouTube is the feedback from people, because I made this video about how we bought these colorblind glasses for my father who can't see red, green, right? And then he kind of put him on, then all of a sudden he can see a stop sign, or he can see the red in the rose of a flower, you know. And it was really great, and it was like this really nice, authentic experience that happened. And so I posted it. I didn't really think anything of it. I barely edited it at all. Like, it's probably one of the videos that I put the least amount of effort into in terms of editing. And then all of a sudden this week it started to get picked up by YouTube, and I guess the algorithm or whatever. And that was cool, you know, that was nice. But what was really fascinating to me was that I started getting comments from people who had similar color blindness as my dad. And they said that the glasses I bought him were not very good at all, and that there is this other brand that works so much better. And I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. So it's like I gain from posting videos as well, because I can learn from people in the comment section, and I can learn from the feedback. Because here's the thing is, I try to be as open-minded and think critically as I can on all these things, and I always try to take constructive criticism in stride. And I know that you get some comments that are just like haters, and they're just like nonsense, and, you know, like whatever. But I feel like 99% of people out there in the world are genuine, and 99% of the people are smart and honest, and, you know, they want to contribute, and they want to help you and give you good feedback, right? And I was like, oh man, this is awesome that you guys are telling me about these other pair of glasses that work like literally 100 times better. Like this, they're supposed to work way better than the glasses I bought for him. Now, originally, I did know about those glasses. They were called like Enchroma colorblind glasses, but they were like 5 times the price or something crazy. I wish you a good life, Derek. I will spend the evening humiliating my friends to bowling. Hey, Batiste, have a good time, man. Have fun bowling with your friends. Throw that curveball or whatever you call it. Get those strikes. My father has congenital and what is that? Anosmia? That's a new word for me. Anosmia. Oh, loss of smell. He can't smell anything at all ever. Oh, wow. And that video made me think of what I could try to do for him. Not to film it, just because I'd like to. Huh, congenital anosmia. If you lose your sense of smell, you'll miss more than a variety of scents. Without a good sense of smell, you may find that food tastes bland. Oh, wow. And it's hard to tell different foods apart. The loss of smell can be partial, hyposmia, or complete anosmia. Oh, so he has complete loss of smell, and may be temporary or permanent depending on the cause. Huh. Oh, I see what you're saying. So like me buying colorblind glasses for my dad, it kind of got you thinking in ways, you know, is there something you could do for your dad where, like, I wonder, is there something? Because technology nowadays is amazing. Like, is there like a a treatment for anosmia? I have no idea. Wow, that's crazy. By the way, not true. My father says he can taste everything. Oh, okay. Okay, so then his taste buds are not affected, so it's just a smell. Huh. Like, is that something he was born with? Like, has he had it his whole life? Or was there, like, an event that caused it? Because, like, for my dad, he was just born colorblind. So, like, he was colorblind his whole life. It was just something he was born with. Not that I know of. Okay, back to the art topic. Okay, so him and his sister born like that. Okay, so then it's like a hereditary thing. See, because color blindness is a hereditary thing as well. It runs predominantly in the male gene, and so I think if my dad like married someone that also had color blindness in their family, I think that there would be a super high chance that I would get it as well. I can't remember what the percentages are, but it's like 20 times higher in men than it is in women. It's like color blindness is predominantly, a male thing. And for whatever reason, I was fortunate enough to not get it. But it's like, so I guess your dad and his sister were both born with that. So I wonder what that is. Like, is it like a genetic thing? But it's good though, at least that your dad, he can taste food, which is great. Because food is like, man, food is like one of the best things about life. Like, I think if I couldn't taste food, that'd be pretty sad. But I think going without smelling food, I think I'm okay with that. So it's good to know that he can still taste though. True. See, it's so crazy because like everyone is born with like such different, genetics. Like even for me, like I got like lucky, right, that I didn't get color blindness, but at the same time I got like an insane amount of allergies, which is like, it's so annoying because neither of my parents have allergies. And then I had like crazy like allergies to like grass and trees and nuts and food and dogs and cats, and it's just on and on and on, just these horrible problems that I've had my entire life. And it's like, where does that come from? It's like it wasn't inherited by either of my parents, but then all of a sudden I just like randomly get it. And then my brother has none, right? So so I'm just like the odd one out in our family that all of a sudden got like these horrible food allergies. And it's just like, where does that come from? So, like people always have something, right? Yeah, I remember, Forrest, you have allergies too, right? It's just like so annoying, right? It's like, especially the food. The food allergies are rough because you can't experience, like, food is such a great way to experience other cultures, like eating other countries' dishes and food. It's just like, it's like a great thing. And I just remember for so long just being allergic to fish for 30 years, and then like I'm part Japanese, so like sushi and seafood and sashimi, it's like big in like part of my culture, and it's like I can't eat any of it, right? It's like and even when I went to Japan, you know, like when you go to Japan, part of the big thing about eating like Japanese food is like sushi, right? Sashimi and tuna and all this stuff, and I can't eat it. So it's like, man, it's like so annoying. I'm full. Okay, let me. Pally the Yaiji. A bag full of the genes of both of my parents. Dang. It's crazy, right? You know, like everyone has, you know, something going on, right? But at the same time, you know, I'm fortunate that I don't have the more severe problems like alcohol addiction or depression or suicide. Like I don't have any of those like horrible life-threatening ailments. You know, like I'm fortunate to not struggle with those things, right? So like in the big picture, I guess, you know, just dealing with food allergies is it's not that bad, I guess, right? In the grand scheme of things, compared to all the other possible outcomes that, you know, I could have had. But at the same time, it's still annoying, right? Do you have Forrest, are your food allergies, have they been like the same your whole life? Like, did they ever change? Because within the past 5 years, all of mine have like drastically changed. Like some have gone, I've developed new ones. Like it's like such a weird phenomenon. Like the strangest one is like the peanuts, for example. Like especially in North America, like peanut allergy is super, super common. And of course I had that when I was younger, and then all of a sudden it went away. And then now I can just magically eat peanuts. Whereas before it would be something that would make me super sick. And so it's just like, man, how does that work? Like how do allergies go away, and then how do you develop new ones? Oh, so you're like me too. Some are gone and I have new ones. Wow. Like for me, the common ones went away. Like peanuts and eggs. Those are two fairly common food allergies, right? And both of those went away from me. But then I developed this like more annoying allergy for like wheat and bread and oats, and which is so strange. But when it comes to meds, those never go away. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, it's a weird life we live, right? It's a weird world that we're in. I remember the first time when I found out that my egg allergy went away, and I had like a scrambled egg or a fried egg or something for the first time, and I remember it tasted so bad. It just did not taste good. I guess because like my palate wasn't used to the taste of eggs, right? And I remember this funny feeling of being just super socially awkward, because I had been allergic to eggs my whole life, that I never learned the vocabulary of eggs, like sunny side up, over easy, scrambled, like I never, like what I was like, over easy, like what is that? I don't know. Over medium, I was like, what? Like I didn't know what any of these terms were. It was so strange, because I had never eaten eggs or ordered them before. But then as time went on and I ate them more and more, and my palate kind of got used to them. Now, you know, now I love eggs. Eggs are delicious. They taste so great. And I was like, man, you know, I missed out on this experience for 30 years. You know, it's like everyone else is just, it's like they had this secret that everyone knew about, but I couldn't partake in. And it took me 30 years to finally find that secret. So, hey Naveen, what's going on? How you doing? I feel like I'm falling off the wagon. What's something you do to recenter yourself? Oh, that's an interesting question. So in some ways it depends on what you're falling off of. Like if you're feeling less productive or work isn't going well or school. But what always works for me when things don't seem to be working out, or things, just don't end up, working out the way I want them to, and I'm falling off the wagon, like you said, is I always kind of circle back to this idea of extreme physical exercise. And I don't know what it is, but whenever things are going right for me, whether it was like at my job or with money or with school or whatever, whatever, and you always get that feeling of failure and that things are going right, I just would always go back to this baseline level of working out hard, and putting in a good workout and going for a run. And that always made me feel better. And the reason why I did that is because it kind of gives your mind this like mental reset where you can just focus on the workout, get that physical activity, that physical exercise, because it's good for your body. And then you'll feel so much better. And then you can get back to that problem that you're having and approach it with a whole new mindset and a whole new framework. And this always works for me. If I have a bad day at work, I'll hit the gym. If I'm struggling with a videography job or a YouTube video that I'm working on, then I'll go for a run, right? And just that physical stimulation always makes things better for me. And other than the physical, what also really helps, has helped me recently, is just periods of meditation, where this is something that I'll do when I'm just too busy in my mind. When there's too many things going on, there's too many deadlines, too many tasks, and I just feel overwhelmed by life, I always like to just take 10 minutes, right? 5 or 10 minutes, and I would just turn off my phone, close the door, sit in my room, and then just kind of sit in my chair and meditate for 5 to 10 minutes and just concentrate on my breath and concentrate on my breathing and just kind of clear my mind of all that junk and distraction that's going on. So depending on what you're struggling with, for me, that physical activity always makes things better. And if I'm too busy in my mind and I'm too busy with my thoughts, just take a time or take a moment to meditate and reset, and clear all that mental junk out. And it's never easy, right? It's never an easy thing. Like even for me, there are days I still struggle, and these are things in the self-development niche that I am very focused on, my mental health, my physical health. And there's always going to be days that you feel like you're falling off the wagon and things aren't working out, right? But it's always about how can you approach that situation, and reset yourself, and then come back to it with the right mind and the right mindset. I avoid as many people as I can, clean, and try to read something I normally would never do. It works for me. Yeah, see, that's good. Like, that's good for the mindset, right? And for the physical hiking. Yeah, that's perfect. It's also like, if things aren't going well for you, you're going to have negative thoughts. And the more you dwell on those negative thoughts, usually the worse they'll become, right? And you always got to find a way to reset yourself back to that baseline level where you can think clearly and you can approach problems in your life with as much objectivity and transparency as you can, right? Because that's what's important. And also, like, if things aren't going well for Forrest, you know, she'll clean her room or house, or read a new book, or, you know, go for a hike and get all that like adrenaline going, and you just feel good, right? I feel like far too many people, especially in North America, this is a huge problem here that we have in Canada and the US, is this unwillingness to do something that's physically difficult. Because here, if you think about, like, you know, what are the typical jobs like in North America? Like, you have a lot of corporate office jobs, right, where you're working a 9 to 5 in front of a computer, you know, and people are just sitting down in their car, sitting down at work, sitting down in their car again, and sitting down at home, and it's just, you're immobile, right? And it's just never good. Appreciate the input. Yeah, no worries, anytime. Anytime. I hope that helped. That's just kind of what has been working for me. And it's like, it's unfortunate because, like, in school, you sort of never get taught about the struggles of life and how things more often than not, like, always go bad. Like, there's so many struggles that we face on a day-to-day basis, whether it's like trying to pass an exam for school, trying to get a promotion at work, not getting enough money, paying your rent, paying your bills, you know, being able to afford food or a new phone, or maybe your car breaks down or a family member passes away. Like, there's so many things that happen in life that you kind of don't get prepared for in school. And if you don't have, you know, an older sibling or parents or someone that can guide you when things go bad, it's really difficult, you know, to approach those things with a positive mindset and try to get out of there, right? Or not get out of there, but try to improve the situation. And, you know, it's not easy, right? It's not easy. In what way do you consider yourself the most creative? Oh, that's a super interesting question. In what way do you consider yourself the most creative? 100% for me, and this is something that I never did before, was this whole writing and thinking about things and the thought process that I have. When I was younger, I never wrote. Like, I would never write at all. But now I write every single morning for at least 1 to 2 hours. You know, I'm either writing scripts for YouTube videos, I'm writing ideas, I'm writing goals or journals or plans. Like, I'm always writing down things, and I'm like working that creative muscle in my mind and always thinking about things. And I realized that, especially this past year, I sort of unlocked this creativity when it comes to the way I think about things. Because even just 5 years ago, like, when I would wake up, my thought process would be, what's for breakfast, right? What happened in the news? Who won the sports game? What's for lunch? What time do I have to go to work? Like, the way I thought was very linear and predictable. I thought the same way, I thought about the same things, and I never really did anything different. It was like this permanent mindset routine that I had. But this year, I'm always thinking about all kinds of different things. Like, I want to write a book, right? Like, that's big on my goal list within the next couple of years. I'm huge on and putting all these abstract ideas together and just writing a book. And then also, I want to do the podcast. I want to do the live stream. I want to work on my videography. I want to help people. I want to share ideas. I want to learn from other people. And it's just like, all these creative ideas just started exploding in my mind every day. And I just have like all these plans and all these ambitions in life that I want to do, and I realized that my creativity kind of stemmed from writing. Because, you know, like I said earlier, I'm not a very artistic person. So I have, you know, like I have really bad ways of expressing myself creatively with drawings or painting and stuff. So in that way, I'm always stuck. But I'm always have these ideas in my mind, and they're always circling over and over and over, and they're just kind of stuck in there. And I realized that by writing every day, it kind of lets me pull all these creative ideas out and just like get them onto paper or get them into Google Docs, and then I can kind of like work on them. And I love it because I never thought I was a creative person, because I was into sports and I was into math and I was into like these very structured concepts that had yes or no answers, right? Like that's what math and science is, right? It's very factual based. There's a right answer or there's a wrong answer, and there's no room for maneuverability in the middle. So I think like the way I think about things is kind of like what makes me the most creative, if that makes any sense. It's tough. It's definitely tough, because there's all these things I want to do. You know, there's all these things I want to do and things that I want to experience, and you know, people I hopefully could help one day. But I don't know. We'll see. Who's that? Osho has a great book about creativity. I feel like you would be able to write some kind of manual of how to keep the creative sparks alive. Oh, that's cool. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down. I'll write that down in my notes. That's interesting. I feel like you would be able to write some kind of manual of how to keep the creative sparks alive. I like that. I like that sentence a lot. Okay, how do I okay, I'll figure that out later. I feel like I deserve a cookie right now. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could send you a cookie somehow, Forrest. Like, oh man, hopefully one day I can just, you know, find the time. I would just love to write a book. You know, I already have so many ideas for what I would write about. And if I ever get or find the time to get to doing it, I'll definitely send it to you, Forrest. You'll be one of the first. It's just, or maybe I'm making excuses. Maybe every morning I should just start it. You know, like maybe in the morning I should just every morning write a sentence or two. Like just get that book started, get it going, right? And instead of having this excuse of not having enough time to start the actual writing. I feel like I'm making excuses here, because I know that like I am extremely busy on a day-to-day basis, but I wonder if I could just squeeze in a little bit amount of time to writing a book and just do a little bit every day, and then just kind of build on that seed or build on that thought. I don't know. I need to hold myself more accountable in that regard. Maybe start with just some keywords. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, I had a thought. Like, see, here's one thing. I don't know anything about novels or books at all. Like, I'd assume that I would write like an ebook and record like an audiobook version. But if you want to get it like published, not like publish in mass, but like get it published like maybe, I don't know, like 10 or 20 copies of like an actual book. Like, can you do that? Like, I always wonder how does that work? Because making an ebook is easy, right? You just kind of like make a PDF and just put everything on there. So that's all right. And I have all like the audio equipment to record an audiobook, so that'd be easy as well. But like, what if I wanted to get like a physical, like a physical book that I made and just maybe have a couple copies? Like, that would be so cool. And what would I title it? That'd be another question. I'd have to figure out the title. I'm getting excited, you know. See, these are the things that just excite me and drive my passion for, you know, creating things. I get like super excited thinking about, you know, these ideas of starting a new project or writing a book. Or yeah, I should maybe after the stream I'll open a brand new Google Doc and just start off with some keywords, or maybe some general ideas that I'd like to do or like to put. I don't know. It's so interesting. Because that's also a big part of like my search for happiness, is to create as many things as I can creatively, and just, you know, just enjoy what I do. The Book of Derek. Do people put their own name like in the title of books, or is that too like egotistical? Like, what if I just Googled your name and it means people ruler? Oh, really? That's hilarious. Hope people in the future find it and call you a prophet. Like the Book of Enoch. What if I use like my last name in the title, Bearzi? Egotistical. Hey Ray, what's up, Ray? What's going on, Ray? How you doing? RR from the north. We're thinking about titles for this book that I want to write. I want to, within the next 2 years, I want to write my own book, or first book, and publish it. I was thinking like it would definitely be an ebook and an audiobook. You know, that's something easy I could do. But like, is there somewhere I could get it published or created in the physical form? Like, that would be pretty awesome. Like, I wonder if that's a thing. Oh, you would read it? Like, do you know anything about that, Ray? Like, what if I had like a book, like the whole script and everything? Like, could I go to like some type of manufacturing company and be like, hey, can I pay you, and then can you guys print like 20 copies of a hardcover book for me? I really love the title of this book I read like 4 years ago that I never thought I'd like. The Little Book of what? What is that? Higgy? Higgy? And I never forgot it. The Little Book of Heigi. The Little Book of Heigi. Huh. The Danish Way to Live Well. Oh, that's interesting. I think you can just go on Amazon and make it an ebook. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, the ebook thing would be easy, and also I could just like email it to people. But I would love to get like a couple physical versions like printed so I could actually have it. Like not in mass, like I wouldn't want to get it mass produced. That's probably costs like way too much time, money, and effort. But just like it'd be cool to have like a couple physical copies that I could just give to friends and family. It's a Danish word, hygge. So the book was good, Forrest? I'll add it to my list. When was it written? Does this book hold up? Oh, published 2016. Okay, so it's recent. I've read a couple books recently that were like from 1950 or 1960, and oh man, they were so difficult to read. They just like didn't hold up at all. I think you can also buy the ebook on hardcover too. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Oh, your father could design the cover. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's wicked. I could get him to like like paint something, right? Oh, that's awesome. Your father could design the cover. Yeah, you're right. Or I wonder if I could like incorporate my last name into the book somehow. The timing was right for me. It's such a chill and easy read. Okay, cool. I'll add it to my list. I've been crushing books recently, like that video that I released on this one. This was a great read. The 10x Rule, great book. I loved it. I looked into it once. I don't remember, but Amazon can do everything. Call the book A Chef's Son. A Chef's Son. Oh, that's so funny. A chef's son. Yeah, a chef's son who doesn't know how to cook. That's one skill that never translated from my dad to me. Was his ability for the culinary arts. But the creative stuff definitely comes from my dad, for sure. Eating sushi. Yeah, I have some ideas. It would definitely be about all this kind of like self-development knowledge that I've accumulated over the years. Because like I've read a lot of self-development books that are pretty good, but there's not that much like tangible ways of application of adding them to your life. There's lots of good advice, but I feel like some people forget that, you know, most normal people have a 9 to 5, and it's like it's hard, right? It's hard to find the time for that type of stuff. But I would love to talk about like a lot of the ideas that that I found were very easy to add into my daily routine that have benefited my life the most. I'd have one chapter on fasting for sure. That's one of the biggest game changers for me, was fasting. So that'd be a huge chapter, I think. Man, I keep coughing. I should look that up. How do you... can you publish a book on Amazon? Oh, wow. You can publish a book on Amazon using Kindle Direct Publishing. Oh, what? Are you serious? Yo, that's crazy. Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. Oh, wow, that's so cool. Yeah, Ray, you're right. Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. Okay, so it says self-publish ebooks and paperbacks for free. Okay, so ebooks and paperbacks with Kindle Direct Publishing and reach millions of readers on Amazon. Publishing takes less than 5 minutes and your book appears on Kindle stores worldwide within 24 to 48 hours. Oh, that's so crazy. So how does this work? Do you just like upload a PDF? Oh, wow. I could just, I gotta go through this after the stream. There's like this whole section on Amazon about, KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, your ebook and paperback book. Wow. I'm excited. I was gonna make a kid's book on potty training your kids, like a kid's illustrative book. Yeah, I'm scared of potty training. Oh, man. Dang, you should do it, right? Yeah, we have we have no idea how to do potty training. We'll buy your book, Ray. We need it. It's so cool. I need to illustrate convincing Ivy to write the story. Ah, there you go. You have a business idea. Oh, she's on the fence? Oh, you can convince her. She's halfway there. Yo, this is so cool though, because Amazon says you can sell your book as both an ebook and a paperback. So does that mean like they just instantly take care of like the publishing or like the, what do you call it? Manufacturing? They just like get it manufactured for you? Like that's amazing. So then I wouldn't even need to like reach out to a publisher or anything. So it sounds like I would just need to write it and then upload it, and then like they take care of the rest. But then they must take like a cut, right? I'm assuming Amazon takes a... Okay, so you earn up to 70%. Okay, so Amazon takes like 30%. That's so worth it because like they do everything for you and you kind of just like benefit off their infrastructure. Infrastructure? I say that word wrong. Yeah, the return is very low. Return is very low. I'm not interested necessarily doing it for them. Yeah, like I'm not creating a book for the money. I'm creating it because it's something that I would love to do and just have it out there, right? Tina, you're the only Tina I know in real life. And the other one is Tina Belcher from Bob's Bob's Burgers. That's that animated show, right? Bob's Burgers. Oh yeah, that show. Oh, that's funny. Who has a pop song? Poop song. Tina the Llama. Is that that's from Napoleon Dynamite? It's tiered. You have to sell like 100,000 plus to see some return. Like if you have it on Amazon, you could also just well, you could put it on your own site, but then the problem is like getting the traffic, right? Amazon just makes it easy. I am the only. I know. 8-3. How do I? Is it Blurta? How do I say? How do I pronounce your name, Forrest? Oh yeah, I followed you on Instagram, Forrest. I don't know if you noticed. Is that like a common name? It's like me. I know. Well, I don't personally know a lot, but I know of so many Dereks. And Dereks that spell their names differently. Hey, yes I did. All right, cool. Yeah, I took like a hiatus from Instagram. I'm kind of trying to stay off of it the best that I can. I might make a future video about it because I found that I was kind of getting too addicted to Instagram. So I sort of just removed myself from the platform. I stopped posting. I stopped, kind of going through my feed all the time. I've only been going on it to see the videos that Tina posts of Tiffany, like the stories, Instagram stories, and like that's pretty much it. That's all I use it for. That's why there's like no activity. I'm trying to avoid Instagram. Might come back to it later, but we'll see. My generation has a lot of blurtas and they stopped using the name, thank God. It means the green one. Okay, that's cool. Oh, okay, so that's like the forest resemblance there. I see. That's cool. Yeah, that's super interesting. Man, I'm so intrigued now about this Amazon self-publishing thing. Super interested. Yeah, I think I'll do what Forrest said. Just kind of start off with some topics, maybe some keywords, some sentences, and just kind of just get that ball rolling, just get that initial momentum going. It'd also be really cool to just have like, just have a couple books just out there, in the universe with your thoughts and ideas. I'll have to do a little bit more research. Like I wonder, do they have like a certain requirement for like how many pages or words or I know, we'll see. We'll see. What kind of paper would you want to use? No idea. I don't know. Like, what do, yeah, I don't even know. I have no idea what I would do. But yeah, that's writing a book has been high on my list of things that I wanted to do next year in 2022 for sure. But like, would I have to get someone to like review it and make sure that's like grammatically correct? Or could I just rely on Google Docs for like spelling and grammar check and then just like hope for the best? like what is that process like? Like, what do you do? So many questions. So many questions. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Oh, we hit 2 hours? Dang. You'd have to find a lecturer. Yeah, because normally, like, you get someone to read it or whatever. Yeah, an editor, that's the word. You get like an editor, right? And they would revise it. Ooh. Yeah, I'll do some more research on that for sure. But that's definitely in the future. But one thing that I really want to focus on is just kind of getting more podcast episodes out. That's another thing that, man, it's always hard to, I've been struggling to find like podcast guests, you know, people to just want to talk over Zoom. Been struggling with that a lot recently. I have that high on my to-do list of kind of just getting more podcasts out, getting more YouTube videos out. I think I got a good schedule with the live stream, 2 a month. This is pretty good. I learn a lot, and it helps me with my speaking and communication and all that, and just connecting with you guys. So I think that's good. Got a good schedule for that. Ooh, that's another good idea. You should film all this too. The process of writing a book. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be interesting too, right? Like, because then people will see the struggles in the beginning, like that process at the start of just starting and writing the actual book and figuring out what to do and how to keep that momentum moving forward. And just, I feel like that'd be pretty interesting. If for some stealing all your ideas. What was that thing you said? Creating a manual on how to creating a manual on how to keep the creative sparks alive. Using my dad to do the cover of the book and then film it for a YouTube video. Like, that's like, what do you call it? Killing multiple birds with one stone, doing multiple things with one action. A jar of cookies, that's funny. Yeah, I think that'd be super cool. Yeah, maybe I could get like my dad to paint something like a bear in the forest doing something, Because like my dad lives like pretty much in the middle of a forest. Like his place is like in the middle of nowhere. And they have bears up there too. Which is bizarre. You see them like foraging food in the dump. Yeah, I'm I'm pretty sure I know where I'd want to go with the content and the chapters and the ideas. Just don't know what the title would be though. I think that's the only part that I don't really know. A mushroom totem. Oh, oh man. Man, I have a wild mushroom experience story I need to tell. But I've been waiting to tell it over a podcast because it's going to require its own thing. I remember one time, I think it was a couple live streams ago, we were talking about ego and how to overcome your ego, and I was like, oh, take mushrooms. That was like my answer to someone in the stream, but it was like super serious. And I had a mushroom experience where I took a significant amount where you would experience ego death and the destruction of your ego, and it's very, very humbling of an experience, which gained me so much perspective. But that story is gonna have to wait for another day. It's a long one that I'm gonna have to tell. That hopefully I can get Tina's cousin on the podcast and talk about it, because he had the experience with me, so that'd be super cool. So yeah, lots of plans, lots of creative plans in the future. So yeah, I think that's pretty good for today. I think I'm going to end this stream shortly. Yeah, thanks to my dad who painted this beautiful picture, and even like this framing of wood. I think he did this himself. So this is the picture in the thumbnail of the painting that my dad painted. This was his second copy where he kind of redid it and then he framed it for me, and it's like super nice. So hopefully I'll be able to get more of this like artwork and put it up on the wall somewhere, and I can continue, building this channel. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Forrest, thanks for coming by and talking as always. It's always great catching up with you and just learning what's going on in your life and all that. Ray, if you're still there, Tina, and anyone else who came. Who else was there? Naveen, Batiste. So yeah, guys, everyone have a great weekend. And I'll have a video out next Wednesday, so September 1st. And yeah, thanks Forrest for all the ideas and encouragement for the book. Super excited about that. So have a great day, guys, and thanks for dropping by. All right. Peace, 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 peace.